Hello everyone, welcome to Basic and Applied Microbiology classes. So before moving ahead and starting about the introduction part, let's take today's lecture outline. This lecture I am going to deliver in three headings. First, what is microbiology? Second, how we can define microbiology? And what are the types of microbiology? So, if we are interested in knowing about microbiology, let's first talk about father of microbiology because just because of these scientists, just because of the father of any subject, that discipline has been introduced. And always father of any subject have made significant contributions in that particular field. Here we are interested to know about microbiology subject. So you should know that Antony von Leeuwenhoek is considered as father of microbiology, and sometimes in some books you can also find he is known as father of old microbiology. And if we talk about Louis Pasteur is known as father of modern microbiology. Then what is microbiology? In layman language, or in our first learning class, if we are going for to attend introduction on microbiology, of course it will be coming in our mind first that what is microbiology. Always answer is what? Study of microorganisms or microbes. So if we can say it is not properly defined or well defined definition is it is not, but in simple language or common language we can say yes, study of microbes is microbiology. And so now next question can be this: what are microbes? Most of the times we can define that microbiology deals with those kind of microbes which we cannot visualize by naked eyes. So of course still exceptions are there that I will be discussing, but here in general we can explain like this, that yes, most of the microbes are tiny, they cannot be visualized, and we need some instrumentation add to study their morphology. So next, coming towards what are these microbes? So you should know here I have explained different type of microbial groups which are included in the study of microbiology. But you should know whenever somebody is asking what are the type of microorganisms, so most of the times you will be finding students always answer like this: bacteria, fungi, viruses. They are not covering the complete list of microbial groups, which include bacteria, fungi, actinomycetes, algae, protozoa, nematodes, helminths, and viruses. So first, we should update our information that microbiology covers various microbial groups, what I have tried to list it out here. Next, we should know, if we are knowing about microorganisms, another thing we should know as a part of introduction, these microorganisms are cellular or acellular. Then you should know, of course we always know that living organisms are made up of cells. But remember, microorganisms can be classified on the basis of their cell into two types, cellular and acellular. Now, what are cellular? If cellular means made up of cell, next question is what? They are unicellular or multicellular. They are made up of single cell or many cells. Then you should update your knowledge. Most of the microorganisms are unicellular, but at the same time, other are also multicellular. For example, bacteria, if I talk about, it is unicellular, and if I talk about fungi, it is multicellular. So they can be of both types. Next, you should know prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Yes, if cell is there, then cell can be of two types. What is prokaryotic and what is eukaryotic? We should update our knowledge. Prokaryote is what? In this case, we are having a cell. Here simply I have drawn cells. So you can see that in A, nuclear material is placed in the center of the cell. And in B, nuclear material is placed in the center, but it is surrounded by a nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope. Then you should know the A cell in which no nuclear envelope or membrane is there, that is known as prokaryotic cell. And B in which nuclear envelope or membrane is there, that is known as eukaryotic cell. Then we can say, now we are updated with this, that what are prokaryotes and what are eukaryotes. Always students are having confusion. So it is now clear, prokaryotes without membrane and eukaryotes with membrane. Now question comes, what kind of microorganisms are prokaryotic and what kind of microorganisms are eukaryotic? That I will be updating you. But let's talk about acellular. So this was about cellular, made up of cell, acellular, which are non-cellular, which are not made up of any kind of cell. They are called as acellular. Now we are again coming to this list. You should know among these microbial groups what are cellular. So you should know starting from bacteria to helminths. These all are cellular. And when we talk about viruses, only viruses among this list is acellular group. Then you should know why we are saying viruses are acellular, because viruses are not having any distinguished cell wall and cell membrane. Viruses are also known as nucleoprotein particles. They are having only protein coat capsid, and in the center it is having what? Nuclear material, that is RNA. This figure is of what? Which virus? This is of coronavirus, COVID-19. You can see here, this is the outer capsid, protein coat, and inner, this is RNA molecule. So only proteins and RNA are making this virus, that is acellular form. Now we are talking about cellular. So all these are cellular, starting from bacteria to helminths. Now question comes, whether they are unicellular or multicellular, then you should know some are unicellular and some are multicellular. When we are talking about prokaryotes or eukaryotes, except bacteria and actinomycetes, which are prokaryotes, remaining all type of groups are eukaryotes. So bacteria and actinomycetes, they are prokaryotes. They are not having any true nuclear membrane, and remaining, if we talk about fungi, algae, protozoa, nematodes, helminths, they are eukaryotes. So this is about the type of microorganisms. Now bacteria, everybody is aware, single-celled organisms, these are playing significant role. They can be cocci, circular, rod-shaped, fungi, filamentous. We know actinomycetes, they are actually an intermediate type of organisms between bacteria and fungi. But on molecular biology basis, we place them along with bacteria. So actinomycetes sharing characters of both bacteria and fungi. Algae, we all know, photosynthetic. Initially it was a part of botany, but again it is a type of microorganisms. So never get confused. Algae always belongs to botany. No, it is sharing some characters with plants, but it has been placed under microbial groups. Protozoans, mostly unicellular. They can be free living as well as parasitic. Nematodes, again, they are also known as parasitic worms, but they can also live freely. Most of the nematodes are also known to cause diseases in plants. Helminths, if I talk about, helminths again, parasitic worms category it is of. So this is all about the introduction part on microorganisms, that yes, if we are saying microbiology is the study of microorganisms, then what are the type of microorganisms? Now we are much clear about it. Now I'm coming to the definition part, how we can define microbiology. So earlier I have discussed that what is microbiology, what kind of microbes we can cover under this discipline. Now we should know, if we are sitting among scientific communities or we are going to attempt some microbiology exam, so under those conditions we need to use some scientific or more biological terms to give appropriate definition. So for that, to make you understand about definitions part, I have introduced 4 criteria here. So what are these criteria? One is on the basis of size, other is on the basis of techniques, and third is on the basis of study criteria, and fourth is on the basis of microbes type. So let's talk about on the basis of size. So you should know this is an old way of defining microbiology. According to this, we can say that microbiology is a branch of biology that deals with the study of microorganisms which are having size less than 1 millimeter in diameter. But remember, why less than 1 millimeter in diameter? Because this is the size what we cannot actually see by naked eyes. This was an older definition because now various exceptions have been introduced to this. Nowadays, such kind of bacteria have been discovered. If I name a few, Thiomargarita, Epulopicium, which we can visualize by naked eyes also. We don't need any microscope to see, to visualize those bacteria. So you should know it means they are having size more than 1 mm in diameter. They are not falling in this range. Second, if I talk about fungi, there is no need of microscope to see fungi if we are not talking about the structure. Fungi we can visually observe if it is growing on the bread like bread mold. Alga we can easily see on water bodies. So it means this is a kind of older definition, but still I have included it because in many books you can find even then this definition has been included for microbiology definition part. Now, on the basis of techniques, if I say, according to Roger Stanier, microbiology is a technique which use special type of techniques like culture medium, sterilization techniques, and isolation techniques to study the growth and types of various kind of microorganisms. So, because you should know why on the basis of techniques I have written here as a separate criteria, because culture medium, sterilization, isolation, these are only used in microbiology, not in any other discipline if I talk about. Because culture medium, without culture medium, we cannot allow the growth of microorganisms. Without sterilization, we cannot ensure that nutrient solution what we are using to allow the growth of microorganism is free from any other living object. And isolation, that is from a mixed population, separating out a particular type of bacteria in which we or microbes in which we are actually interested. So this is on the basis of techniques. Third is on the basis of study criteria. So you should know structure. This microbiology, again we can define like this, that microbiology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of structure, distribution, physiology and metabolism of microorganisms. And fourth definition, what this I have earlier covered in the form of microbes types, you can also define, like microbiology can be defined as the branch of biology which includes the study of various type of microbes like bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa, nematodes, helminths and viruses. So any one of these definitions, whatever you find easier, you can choose it to define microbiology.